Alright, this is the Q&A video, so I'm going to answer as much of your questions as I can. So, question 1 from Marcus. How do people mainly get a hold of you for voice acting, by email or Discord? So, I get most of my requests through Discord, sometimes through email, but 90% of the time it's through Discord. And even then, it's mainly just me offering to voice act for people that ask in the general mode server. So the answer for question 2, yeah, in the future I'll definitely still be making Army Men videos, and to be honest, it probably won't change too much from what I'm doing now. Just mixing it up, making Halo stop motions, Army stop motions, whatever. Yeah, no real plans really for the future. Nothing's gonna change. Okay, this question's from Novalius. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that name. Okay, question 1. What do I think of showing war crimes in these types of films? To be honest, I don't really mind it. To me, I think it's just the way people show it is more like a joke than anything else. From your point of view, what is the perspective of the Tan Army? To be honest, they have the same, in my universe at least, the same perspective of the Green Army. They're just trying to dominate the land like everyone else. I don't really have any thoughts on the Army Men in Toy Story. I guess that's sort of what inspired me to start collecting them when I was younger. But yeah. So, this question's from Elite Sparky. Would you rather film Army Men or Halo? I like filming both, so I wouldn't actually choose one individually to only film. So, yeah. How many voice actors do you usually use? Depends on the size of the film and how many different characters there are. Most of my sound effects are just from video games or off YouTube. Some of them are from places like Production Crate or Action VFX. Okay, so these questions are from Kiwi World. Are you planning on getting Airfix tanks for your videos? Probably not. I think they take a bit too long to build. In my opinion, I can't really be bothered to build a load of tanks, and they're pretty expensive. What was your first Army Men toys you got? I think it's the True Heroes, one of the True Heroes sets from Toys R Us when it was still a thing. Yeah, I think that's the first one I got. Nathaniel asks, can you do a Battle of the Bulge style video? I probably would do that, but I don't think I have enough World War II Army Men to actually make something like that. Could you show us your Army Men collection? I actually already done an Army Men collection if you want to go check that out. It hasn't really changed too much since I last done one, so I probably won't make one soon. So this question is from Kai. Will you ever do different stop motion movies than what you are doing now? Yeah, I always like changing up what I do stop motions with, so yeah, that's very likely. So this question is from Animator X Studios, and my answer is that I personally like both old games and new games. I've had a lot of memories from older games and newer games also, so I like both, and I'll definitely be making more Halo stop motions down the line. So these questions are from Clarkson Gaming, and my answer to both of them is the thing that got me into Army Men stop motion, probably just watching stop motions on YouTube when I was younger and decided to make some myself. What video games are you a big fan of? Well, probably my most favourite game is probably Titanfall 2, Titanfall 1. I love the Titanfall series. It's a great game. I just love the movement on it. And I like Halo as well. Sort of grown out of Halo now, especially with Halo Infinite. I don't like that game really. So the next question from Army Men War Productions. Are you planning on an apocalypse video, zombies/creatures? Yeah, my next video coming up is actually going to have zombies in it, so stand by for that. So this question's from the BL household. There's no exact date for when the next Plastic Assault video will come out, but I'm not going to stop working on it. I will eventually go back to it, just not at the moment. And there will definitely be Plastic Warzone coming around just not sure when I'll start making it yet, but it hasn't ended, so it will come out eventually. Orange Films asks, what frame rate do you use? So for Plastic Army Men I use 10 FPS. I think that works best, and if you are animating Army Men I recommend 10 FPS at least. For Halo I use 14 to 15 FPS. That's just my preference. And Lego, I haven't animated Lego in a while, but I think I use between 12 and 15 FPS. Commander RVR asks, when did you start making stop motions? Man, I was young when I started making stop motions, but I started uploading them in 2015. Most of my old ones have been deleted off YouTube now, but yeah, that's roughly when I started on YouTube. General Charizard says, what is your favourite Army Men set? I don't actually have a favourite one, to be honest. There is some really good ones out there. Airfix makes a lot of good, like Army Men. Timmy makes some good ones. I don't actually have any Timmy, but I've seen some of their sets and they look pretty good. Yeah, so I don't actually have a favourite set. Okay, these questions are from the General Dog. Do you think you're making Army Men vs Peeps video? I won't be making that video. And the second question is, how many Army Men brands do you know? I'll try list as many off the top of my head. So there's Timmy, True Heroes, Airfix, Imperial, Marks. I think Revel does some Army Men, I'm not sure. Let's see, BMC. I'm probably going to get bashed in the comment section for not knowing anymore. There's definitely more up there, I just can't think of any right now on the spot. And the third question, do you think Sonic's better than Mario? Well, I grew up playing Sonic, so I'm probably going to say Sonic's better than Mario in my opinion, because I've never really connected with Mario. So this question's from Army Stop Motions. What made you decide to make stop motion films? Again, probably just watching YouTube stop motion videos. That's probably what inspired me most. What was your first ever Army Men set or figures? True Heroes. I believe it's True Heroes. Might be wrong. Do you like filming Army Men more than Mega Bloks or the other way around? Well, Army Men is a lot easier to film than Mega Bloks, but I have fun filming both of them. So, Jedi Joe Wolf asks, would you take Army Men donations? No. PlayStation or Xbox? I have both. I also have a PC, and I currently just use my PC since it's more powerful than my Xbox and my PlayStation, but I still like both of them. The video I enjoyed working on the most, probably Plastic Assault 5. I really enjoyed making that scenery on the beach and getting all the bunkers and stuff set up and editing it, although it did take a while to make and my cat destroyed it half the time, but yeah, overall that was pretty fun to work on. I think it's got a decent amount of views, so I'm quite happy with how it's done. The General Productions asks, what do you use for making stop motion? So I use the Stop Motion Studio app. I think that's the best one to use for mobile. White Tubby asks, how much time does a stop motion film take to make? Depends on the length of the story. The longer the story, the longer it takes. The shorter the story, the less time it takes. But normally my videos are about 8 minutes long, roughly, anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes. And it probably takes anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to make. And that's of constant filming and editing. So, yeah. Also, I could get a film done in less than a week. And that's if I'm fully dedicated and spend the entire day filming until it's done, and the entire day editing until it's done. So, yeah. Green Army Men Productions asks, what are your favourite video games and what effects do you use? So, my favourite video game is a game called Titanfall. I love that game, and what effects do you use? I guess you mean what I use to make effects. So if you're on mobile, you can use Gun Movie Effects. That's a good one, and I also use Adobe After Effects. Kiwi World asks, do you like Army Men more or Mega Bloks? I've been collecting them both for about the same amount of time, so I like both of them the same, to be honest. Okay, thank you everyone for all the questions and suggestions. I left the suggestions out of this video since this is just a Q&A video, but I appreciate the suggestions either way. Sorry if I didn't get around to answering your questions. There was a lot of questions to answer, so I didn't get time to do everyone's questions, but thank you either way.